Shreya, a quick word from you. ED officers seeking 10-day custody of Arvind Kejriwal. Do we know, break it down for us, the grounds basis which they want to keep him in custody? Why can't they question him, continue with the questioning, right? If he's at home versus him being taken into custody, what's the purpose, they ask?
Nabila, first and foremost, the Enforcement Directorate is seeking Arvind Kejriwal's custody on the basis of statements that have been recorded of those who were involved in the South cartel. Remember, this is an investigation that pertains to the liquor excise policy alleged, allegations made by the Enforcement Directorate suggest that 100 crore kickbacks were given to Aam Aadmi Party in returns of favour that were given to the South group in the formation of the liquor excise policy. Now, why is he to be arrested and questioned in the custody of ED? Because he's evaded 9 summons. That might just be a reason given by the Enforcement Directorate that Arvind Kejriwal was trying to avoid the ED summons, and that's the reason they went ahead and arrested him. Based on the responses that have come in from Arvind Kejriwal from the time he was questioned yesterday and subsequently arrested, the ED might go on to suggest that there wasn't clear responses given by him, and he needs to be confronted with the evidence that is at hand of the agency, which includes the documents that have also been recovered, suggesting that there was an alleged intel gathering as well on the ED officials who were present during the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal. Apart from that, we know K. Kavita has recently been arrested. In all likelihood, there's a possibility that the Enforcement Directorate might just want to cross-question him with Arvind Kejriwal. So these are the reasons, along with the alleged evidence that the Enforcement Directorate has gathered, which will be presented before the court to seek custody of Arvind Kejriwal. 10 days custody is what the agency seeks. How much they will get is a matter of time. The hearing has only just begun in the PMLA court of the Rouse Avenue.
Shreya, stay with us. We have Piyush also right there outside the Rouse Avenue court. But before I get to him, a quick word from you, Preeti. As we know that PMLA itself is a very tough provision in law. And ironically, it's basically probed only after the offence is committed and not prevention, as the name suggests. So at least a long haul that we could expect, if at all the ED is able to prove in court that they have sufficient evidence and they want to probe this matter, like how it's happened in the case of Sanjay Singh and Manish Sisodia. Arvind Kejriwal too could be in for the long haul.
Well, 100%, Nabila. Arvind Kejriwal under PMLA in all probability will be in jail for a long haul from here on. I would think the only point which is going in his favor is that there is no signature of Arvind Kejriwal on any document. But having said that, it is a stringent law, and what we can expect the same trajectory to follow, in which say a Manish Sisodia or a Sanjay Singh. So, and if you look at that, they've been in jail now. Arvind Kejriwal, where Manish Sisodia is concerned, it's been over a year, quite a few months where Sanjay Singh is concerned. So it's going to be on similar lines. What it means for the Aam Aadmi Party, well, that's the big question, because now you have elections which are Lok Sabha elections, and we counted the seats which the Aam Aadmi Party is fighting on a Lok Sabha level, and they go over 20 seats which the Aam Aadmi Party is actually contesting, 22. And on the other hand, in a year and a half, next year, is when Delhi goes into election. Yeah. And what would be most important right now for the party is to keep its flock together. The only thing going again at a state level or a Delhi-based level for Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party, because they have brute majority. And he said that in multiple of his rallies where he spoke, where he talked to the people and he'd say, I'm glad that you didn't give me a 40, because if it was a 40 or a 43 or a 47, the day I'm in jail, my party would have broken. But, because he alleges that the BJP would break the party. He says, you gave me such a brute majority that it'd be near impossible for the BJP to break it. But having said that, not having Arvind Kejriwal in the harness, where Delhi is concerned, where the party is concerned, where the plans for the Aam Aadmi Party going ahead is concerned on a national scale, it's going to take a huge beating. Where Delhi comes into question, this would be a consecutive third term for Arvind Kejriwal. And it's not going to be easy by
certainly, and they've just about begun their tenure.
Any sort of the imagination.
It's not even midway of their tenure.
Exactly. So, you know, it'll be difficult where Delhi is concerned. Who will be the next Chief Minister? That's another question that needs to be asked. Because right now the Aam Aadmi Party continues to say that, listen, we will have Arvind Kejriwal run the government from the Tihar jail. In all probabilities, he'll be going to the Tihar jail. And there's no replacement for Arvind Kejriwal. On the other hand, the LG could turn around and say this is a constitutional crisis and ask for governor's rule and president's rule. And if president's rule comes into question where Delhi is concerned, then what? Will the Aam Aadmi Party's hand be forced into replacing Arvind Kejriwal with another replacement like possibly an Atishi? That's a question. Or will the Aam Aadmi Party dig in its heels and say that nothing doing, let's go to court? You have president's rule, because then they're going to take the messaging to the people of Delhi and nationally that the government has brought down a 63 MLA government in Delhi. So there's lots going on where the political chessboard is concerned.
But messaging could work the other way around as well. Arvind Kejriwal, who started off as an anti-corruption crusader, has now been taken into custody on charges of corruption. You have Anna Hazare, who was, protested along him in Dharna. That's how Arvind Kejriwal started off his career itself. He himself has slammed Kejriwal, saying that you spoke against liquor and liquor policy. Now you've started liquor, you've rolled out this policy within your own government. It's your doing, you deserve it. This is Anna Hazare's words.
Of course, Anna Hazare's words, now he's quite a bit of a political non-entity, but he was the face of the entire India Against Corruption campaign, and at that point of time, it could stick. But this, kid you not, there is no doubt that this is the biggest crisis, perception battle, call it what you may, that Arvind Kejriwal is facing today. Because he clearly seems to have become what he might seem to suggest, a victim, or what others, political parties will suggest, a participant of a system he wanted to bring down. If you look at it on a larger scale. So for Arvind Kejriwal, battling the anti-corruption plank would be his biggest political battle till date. And I say till date. If he can sail through this, then one would see where he goes politically. Because this is right now, if it sticks, if the corruption taint sticks to who promised to be the Aam Aadmi anti-corruption, then it's a different story.
Let's see what happens. If this is really going to turn out into a sympathy factor for Arvind Kejriwal ahead of Lok Sabha elections, that's to be seen. I think June 1st week we'll know very well if this has worked in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal's arrest, or not.